Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd. Coming to you live from sunny Colorado at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Welcome back to cryptocurrency, particularly XRP, and the other, let's just say, the other X's, XLMXDC, XLMXDC, and XRP. Welcome in. Please tap like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Welcome to our episode today covering XRP's price by EOY 2025. Let's see where we go here. Totally awesome. Welcome in. Guys, this episode, we're going to cover also XRPN just a little bit and check that out just for a hair. Started off with a post for the thumbnail and I switched it last minute. But I will cover a little bit of XRPN. Let's cover XRP's price. Welcome back to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with the tanker here. Let's get over to the markets. First things first. Cryptocurrency market coming in here today at 3.66 trill. Let's take a look back on the market. It's not going to give me the all, but let's go back to, at least since CoinMarketCap, I think, has been tracking it. We have a high tier of 4.2 trill. And then we have a downside of 3.65. And I'm sorry I'm out of breath. I just finished my third set of bench pressing that I do in between my morning show setup. So I do apologize. Completely out of breath. I didn't end it early enough, so sorry, I'm out of breath here a little bit. But yeah, we have a $3.65 trillion cryptocurrency market cap as of right now. We hit a height, as I was saying, of about 4.2 something trill or so, just back here on 10.5. But here's where we're going, in my opinion, in today's episode. XRP's price right now is at $2.40. So, as you see, the title of the episode today is Where We're Going by EOY 2025 on XRP price. Moonboy is going to give you his prediction. Let's get back on the, check this out now real quick. Let's get back on the all chart. All right. I am calling XRP somewhere in, if we draw a trend line, somewhere in this range by the end of the year. I'm saying about $5, $7. Wouldn't it be crazy if she ran to like 15, 20, $2 or something insane like that? So we have Agrag Crypto. We have a few others, Blockchain Backer. We've got a few that are just fantastic chart guys. And lay out that, if we don't go back into bearish territory for some time here, at least Blockchain Backer is saying, I think he's calling something like a $7 and then a $12 or something as a max. Doesn't go to Moonboy. Does Blockchain Backer. He's pretty awesome. I like that dude. He's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's good to follow. I would. Blockchain Backer. I would check him if you don't. Tends to be a little bit wah and negative about where things are going sometimes, in my opinion, but it seems like that. But Blockchain Backer, of course, is being very realistic and very chart-driven, which is what we probably should be doing, so we're not being Moonboy and get lose our shirts, right? Let's not get emotional. The chart reading does help to keep people grounded. Blockchain Backer is over the target, and so are the others with their charts, calling about a $5 to $7 and then somewhere around a $12. Some people are saying $20-something once we start hitting heights, and $30-something and $50-something. There's these prices, meaning in the near term. Some of these prices are really very lofty. I've made some notes here, and I am calling somewhere around a $5 to $7-ish XRP, putting us somewhere around this range here where that huge arrow is. If we drew a trend line there, okay. So let's get back to this. Guys, welcome into Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Tank. Guys, drop in the comments where you think the price is going. I'm going to tell you where I think it's going. I think that, well, let me give you some points here. By the way, we can name a million of them, and I'm going to go through them in my notes here. We're going to go through, well, let's start off with infrastructure and use case with XRP and what's happening with regulation and where we are and the ability and the lawsuit completing and where we are with the ability and stablecoin and Genius Act being passed and now waiting for Clarity Act, by the way, and where Ripple and their on-demand liquidity solution with banks and institutions is going to be very likely an ETF launching, by the way, in case I didn't mention that. XRP ETF launches both spots and futures to the tune of, it was like 19, 20, I think it's like doubled with a number of filings. It's like 30 something or 40 something now. So ETFs filings. So when we consider all of these guys, all of these factors and a number of others, it's pretty obvious that even though XRP has been, let's say, suppressed, I'm saying, that's an opinion, over this time in a great many ways, including getting lassoed up so Ripple doesn't run away with the financial system, getting lassoed up by the SEC. So I think this is pretty clear stuff. And I think that anybody who's been paying attention, there's no tinfoil hats being worn by somebody saying what I just said. I'm not going to say that there aren't any tinfoil hats being worn by any other XRP community members. Just kidding. But the truth here is the truth, which is nobody knows, including me. We could have a less XRP price by the end of the year than where it is right now. Who knows? Nobody wants to hear that. But that's where, it's obvious that XRP is not going to be stopped at this point in Ripple. That's pretty clear. Anybody paying attention that sees the company that they have built and the leverage that they have and what they do in the space of in the cryptocurrency space, it's really kind of weird. People saying that XRP is a crap coin. That's kind of a weird statement to make. It really is. Looking at everything with Ripple and XRP. And people say, well, that's speculation. You never know. Ripple could dump XRP in a heartbeat. Well, that's interesting because a lot of their, I don't know if I want to say structure. A lot of what they're doing business-wise is geared around the success of XRP. That doesn't make any sense. They would tank their company in some ways, a lot of ways. That would be weird. They would not be dumping massive amounts of XRP on the market. That would hurt them. That's ridiculous stuff. So, anyway, the obviousness of Ripple's power stance in the crypto space and its darling XRP that is built around many things that they're doing, the success of many things that they're doing, and services, products and services that they're offering, and that they're selling to banks and institutions. So please stop being silly. This is part of their model. XRP will succeed with Ripple. Ripple is not going anywhere, and neither is XRP. I'm sorry if you didn't buy it early enough. I'm sorry, and I'm not being mean by saying this. I'm being nice. I'm saying this with a smile. Okay? I have bought Bitcoin, but I didn't buy it early enough. I bought Ethereum, but I didn't buy it early enough. I bought Solana, but I didn't buy it early enough. That one I almost got. Just missed that by a hair. Solana. Just putting 1,000 in would have been a multimillionaire. 6 months later. 6 months in like a week. This is how crypto can go, and I'm not a financial advisor. And this episode is strictly to say my opinion is XRP by the end of the year will be somewhere around $5 to $7. That's my best guess. And the reasons why are what I have laid out already. I'm going to get into here. Let's get into the $15. So the path to $15 and what needs to happen. And this is where people start getting excited. Did you say $15 XRP tank? Yes, I did. catalysts, or some catalysts at least, major institutional adoption announcements. Now, global banks and payment networks publicly adopting XRP or XRPL for cross-border flows. That signals, of course, large future volume and demand, which is going to send XRP's price up. Hard to not. The news that bank partnerships are tokenizing money market funds via XRPL, DBS, and Franklin Templeton and Ripple is a big step. The more institutions commit to using XRP or XRPL as settlement liquidity layer, the stronger demand impact, which means XRP's price goes up. Catalyst number 2, ETF regulated investment product for XRP. We've got both spot and future ETFs coming for XRP besides the Rex Osprey ETF, which has been crushing it. Historically, when major crypto assets get ETF or regulated fund access, like BTC and ETH, we have seen there's a bump in institutional allocation. So articles mention expectation of an XRP ETF or equivalent regulated product arriving here shortly. And we are going to get very likely some approvals for XRP ETFs here coming up. I want to make sure I'm not screaming at you all. Coming up here October, November of this year. Very likely. Number 3, catalyst number 3, supply shock, reduced sell pressure. If institutional entities, which is, it's basically when institutional entities hoard XRP treasury holdings, long-term off-market. Think about XRP and what it does, and that it does actually have a limited supply and how much is going to be used in ODL usage coming up over the next years with the whole landscape changing. And now talk to me about how scarce XRP becomes and how all of a sudden, if you're holding XRP, everybody going to be like, who's got the XRP? Who got that XRP? Who that? Who that? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, you got it. I know. Banks are going to have it. They're going to start hoarding it. It's freaking obvious. Think. It's not crazy when guys are on these channels saying that. Yes, the XRP is going to become quite precious. Treasury holdings, long-term off-market, as I've mentioned. So if large amounts are locked up, right, and there's only so much of it, then the circulating free supply, the supply shrinks. Upward pressure on price is going to happen, of course. And don't forget the institutions competing for XRP, guys, ahead of the event. Article suggests, of course, that I can get into here from Coinpedia, talking about this potential crunch and what it could mean. I don't think we need to get into all that now. If Ripple or others engage in buybacks or long-term allocation, that will help as well. Catalyst number 4, strong macro environment and crypto recovery. So crypto in general is sensitive to macro, of course, like interest rates, risk appetite, blah, 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 regulations. So if we enter a risk-on phase in 2025 here and into 2026 with more M2 money supply increasing, of course, and we'll probably get some printing with that is what this means. Interest rates being dropped, of course, money being printed. If we see this, cryptos, of course, risk-on assets are going to, of course, rally. We know that. And if the broader crypto market moves up, then XRP could amplify its move given its new narrative. So catalyst number 5 we would be looking at would be network effect and real-world volume. So if XRPL usage, transaction volume, for instance, stablecoin issuance, tokenized assets, materially increases, then this signals utility and may change investor perception and sentiment from crypto speculation to serious infrastructure token. Now, still speculation, but a more serious look when we look at speculation. But don't worry, guys. It's fret not. It's serious usage. It's real-world usage, utility-wise, will create its scarcity and therefore its price upward pressure. Ripple's own communication, to close up the catalyst piece, Ripple's own communication, for example, Apex 2025, they highlighted multi-purpose tokens, permissioned DEXs, decentralized exchanges, and stablecoins live on the XRP ledger. So let's put all this together, guys, and we will get over to comments. I don't think we really have much happening in comments. because I'm being a big old yappa. Welcome into Crypto Info, blockchain made easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. You have caught the most crypto crazy cuckoo for crypto ever is the tanker. Let's put all this together on the XRPL and what we're talking about here this morning. You're going to have to rewind the episode if you missed, because we are discussing where XRP's price is going, very likely by EOY 2025. Suppose in, let's say, major bank partnerships go live here and are announced before the end of the year. Let's talk about ETFs being approved October, November. Let's talk about interest rates being dropped. Let's talk about higher M2 money supply, risk on assets taking off. The whole story, the same thing. You pull that lever in finance, that one lever, and it's going to pull another lever. And so we increase the M2 money supply, which is all this. Okay, so quick thing here so you guys understand what the dilly is, and I think most of you understand who have been in here before. But in order to understand cryptocurrency, you have to understand a tiny bit about finance, about Forex markets, about FX markets, about U.S. monetary, let's just say the monetary system and how it works, including globally, generally speaking. So let's just lay this out super, super quickly, okay? Super fast. All right, super fast lesson. Okay, BIS, everybody's heard of them, right? Bank of International Settlements. There's the central bank of central banks. That's Augustus Carson. That's the big guy who ate all those pies. That's the guy who he used to be the central bank of Mexico, the head of the Central Bank of Mexico. Okay, so so countries have their central banks. You've got the Fed, you've got the Central Bank of Egypt, Central Bank of Mexico, European central banks, blah, 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 blah. Well, the Bank of International Settlements created in 1930, of course, to go help with the reparations, the gold reparations, and give that gold back for those 2 years, right? Give back to the people and assist and set more than assist, direct and say, look, this is where it's going. It goes back to these people. Boom, we're keeping all the records of it. That was supposed to last for 2 years. It didn't. They never disbanded. They stayed in place. The BIS is now the central bank of all central banks. It tells all the central banks and all these companies and lays down the law and tells them what to do and how to do everything, what to abide by, blah, 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 blah. Now, then each central bank, like the Fed and like the Central Bank of Egypt and blah, 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 which, by the way, is working with Ripple and so are a few others, they then get the word down from the central bank, from them. Okay, now we have money supplies, M0, M1, M2, and M3 money supplies. Now, M0, that is the basically savings accounts, checking accounts, blah, 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 like smaller time deposits and things like that. Now, M2 money, M1 money is more. M1 is, I think, anything under 100 million money market deposits, all ever in aggregate of M0s, right? So each one is an aggregate of the prior. So it includes everything from M0. M1 includes everything from M0. M2 money supply, then including the aggregate of everything else moving forward. So when we have an increase in this M2 money supply and this everything under $100 million money market accounts, travelers, checks, everything, all of this money, liquid money, all the money in circulation, which is really a lot, but everything is being loaned and everything. It's a lot of money. And this is almost all the money. And so this is where when this increases and we get the money printers turned back on, that M2 money supply increases. So what, of course, happens, that usually means interest rates have dropped. And real estate, it usually becomes a seller's market now, not a buyer's market, right? And because now they're in control because interest rates now have dropped. And now money is being lent on a large scales to very large institutions at a much cheaper rate. It's heyday. Excuse me. Large debt gets refinanced for like countries, gets refinanced during these times and so forth at these low interest rates. Yes, this is what happens. And when these when this M2 money supply increases, this is when risk on assets. It's like, oh man, it's heyday. A new crypto, no problem. Ain't no risk. Come on now, it's heyday. Let's do this thing. And so we see the crypto assets go up. Okay, so that's how it works, generally speaking. I hope you got your nice little lesson there. Hope you understand now. You probably already did what the BIS was and what it does and how it came about. Very interesting, and they're the boss. So if ever you're wondering who's the boss, and by the way, they have diplomatic immunity and they're in Basel, Switzerland, and they cannot be prosecuted, period. Period. Cannot be put in jail. Period. No matter what they do. That's a fact. Interesting. Completely above the law. So anyway, there you go. So that is who's running stuff. So hats off, and there you go. Enjoy it. Enjoy the human existence on this third rock from the sun zipping through space on a tennis ball that is not sitting static orbiting the sun. The sun is zipping, colliding, careening through the cosmos at thousands of miles per second, and we are trailing it and orbiting it in a spiral at the same time, caught in its wake, as are the other planets in our solar system, zipping toward the general direction of the star system Vega. Yeah, fact positive. Go check all that out. So interesting. Yeah, the channel's not for that, Tinker. Yeah, so that's my guess on the price prediction. I hope you're having fun on the channel here this morning. I try to be as fun and entertaining as possible. It doesn't always work out for me. Please tap like and subscribe down below. Please tap the Caleb Brown link so you don't... wow, I did the zoom in on the camera, and I'm missing myself here this whole time this morning. Let me get rid of that. Wow, oh, she's much better. Oh, my guy's going to have a heyday with me. Frank, what did you do? What did I do? I told him about the three X's, and I also told him about the Patreon. So cut me some slack, Luke. What do you say, buddy? Anyway, let's get the banner back up. I think we're okay as long as I keep my head in the game, meaning proper like this. So anyway, yeah, that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with XRP price, probably XRP price probably going to about $5 to $7 by the end of the year. Who knows? I think everybody is going to be fooled here, including me, and it has to be that way, where it's a big nothing burger, and we all sit and wait for the cryptocurrency market to do something, and it doesn't. And we're all going, oh, see, crypto is nothing. And then all of a sudden it shoots up, and that's what it always has to do. Now, could we be jumping into a bear market? Who knows? We could be. If we do and we see significant dips, I said my bags were packed and I wouldn't purchase any more, but I just might purchase more. Who knows? By the way, I know we covered it yesterday, but I'm so sorry for Brandon LaRoque, the gentleman who lost 3 million XRP recently. That is horrible news. He had his cold wallet LPL going with his phone with the blue background screen, which is the cold wallet, and then he didn't realize he had the orange screen background, which was the hot wallet on his iPad. And that is how he got hacked, and that really sucks. So I feel bad for him. And if we can't get anything go, if we get everything going with XRP and we all become disgustingly wealthy from cryptocurrency and so forth, not just XRP, I say we boy, I got to get rid of this banner. Sorry, guys. I say we hook this dude up. I say we all band together and hook up Brandon LaRoque. That's my is that his name, Brandon LaRoque? If this dude's for real and is not trying to pull a fake GoFundMe thing, I think that we an unjustified GoFundMe. I say we band together and hook the dude up. Victor, welcome. In private ledger, they test XRP different price. Yes, they do. We have been testing. Guys, we know that way back. Nice point, Victor. Thanks for joining us in here on this channel. Please tap like and subscribe, Victor and the rest. If you're liking what we're spitting at you, you are correct, my good sir. Here's the deal. Even other countries have been testing, including one that starts with an R and ends with an A and has a couple of S's in the middle of it. I don't know why I don't want to say it. I just don't. They tested trillions of dollars and tried to actually break the ledger and couldn't. Tried to jam trillions of dollars through many years ago, if anybody remembers that little experiment. And they couldn't break it. And they were like, oh, this thing could actually work. Yeah. Guys, gals, and everything in between. I am telling you that we are about to explode in the world of crypto. Coming up in the near future, the very near future, I am saying some months. This could be some years. Could we drop back into a bear market? Quite possibly, yes. No, Tank, don't ever say that again. I know. I'm sorry. What am I going to say to you? Anything could happen. We know that. We know that this is all about, okay, so we always have two things that are happening when it comes to investing and everything else in life, okay? Somebody tells you they're going to do, okay, hey, look, are you going to come and fix my whatever? Oh, yeah, sure, I'll be there. I'll come and take care of it. Do this. Okay, see you later. Boom. What important piece of info didn't you get when they actually were going to do it to commit to a time? Right. So it's always things being done. Oh, no, honey, don't worry. I got the plumber. He's coming to fix the sink. Blah, blah, blah. No, he's going to do this. That. He's going to take care of that leak. Well, great price. Oh, yeah, don't worry. Yeah, okay, cool. Boom. Honey, you never told me when. Oh, he never told me when. Okay, so time horizon in this existence matters. Duh. So it's always time horizon. So we're talking about, I lay out the obvious, but people don't talk about this. It is true. There's only really two things. It's what have I invested in? Never financial advice, by the way. It's what have I invested in, basically, obviously based on risk appetite, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to include it as a second or third piece. It simply is, what have I invested in based on risk appetite and boom, boom, boom. And that is always going to go by how greedy I want to be and how much I'm going to try to make, right? And how much I can afford, right? To not be without. That is the first and one thing that is all can be mulled together. The second thing is when it plays out on the timeline on this third rock from the sun. This tennis ball zipping through space. That is what I am always asking. This slow, dense place called the Earth. For all the humans, yeah. This slow, dense place called the reality, which absolutely is magic, including watching this crypto space and watching how we make our moves. And we're like, whoa, this is like a dream come true. It's happening right now. It seems like magic. It's a slow, dense place. It takes time for it to play out. This time is the second thing, the second factor. It is always the time horizon and the when. Because we know XRP's going to the moon. When? It's always when. Yeah, we know he bought Solana. I know you bought Ethereum. Good on you. Good for you. You bought a bunch of Bitcoin. Good on you. I know you know it's going up and it's going to go so high. I know it's going to $5 million Bitcoin. I know, I get it. When? Everybody wants to know when. We are all bound by time. Somebody comments in the comments the other day. Hilarious. I said it could take 3, 5, 7 years, 10 years for this XRP thing to kick off. The guy comments back, I'll be dead by your timeline. Awesome. Hilarious. Guys, truth. He's right. It's true. Some people are going to be dead by the time this thing kicks off now. Don't worry. It's okay. And all dead means is you're going on to another ride, so don't worry about it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to. So, isn't it interesting that dice and die? Yes, dice and die, right? Because you have dice and then you have a die. You split the dice, yeah, the die, yeah. So anyway, yeah, we're to die is to split from here, and you keep going on another ride. So don't you let anybody try to trick you or tell you anything different. Look, you can't participate in the game of life as a cell or an electron, which we have proved they actually think and actually are consciously aware. Yes, they are actually aware. Double slit experiment in quantum mechanics proves that it's true. Electrons actually have awareness. You watch them and they do something different versus if you don't watch them. We've proven it. All right, so everything is literally conscious and aware and responding to energies and tones and everything. Yes. Everything is conscious and aware. So to be a piece of life and participate in life, you don't just get to lay there in what some people are calling heaven or whatever this is. You don't get to just do that. You don't get to just do that. That's not you choose to do that and you want to stay there. Maybe you can. I don't know. I can't pretend to know. Maybe you can do heaven and that it really is real and you can hang out there. In my experience, it is to be a piece of life ever in the existence always requires work and always will mean existing in some way, shape, or form, as our consciousness cannot be destroyed. It always will move on and take on a different shell in whatever realm, dimension, or star system, or planet, or what have you, whatever type of creature. Yeah. Are you following, or are people half dead out there already? Are people so locked into the matrix that what I just said is so foreign? That's obviously the truth. We're all going to leave this shell, this body, and zip on the consciousness to another shell, to another existence. That's how it goes. Can't be destroyed. If it zips around as a light body, zipping around somewhere, or conscious body, a ball, then fine. Somehow, I don't know, maybe it's in heaven or something. Maybe it's onto another ride and turns into a crow or an eagle. Maybe it's on a different star system as a blue creature or a green creature. Who in the world freaking knows? Yeah, don't worry. It's about crypto. Yes, I thought this channel's about crypto. And everybody's going to start crying. If you just tuned in, don't worry. The channel's about crypto. Everything is synchronistic and related once you have awareness in this place. And this is how this one was able to, and you, a lot of you who are on the channel, were able to choose the proper cryptos. So I say hats off to you all. Here is cheers to you. Everybody out there who has chosen the proper crypto projects. We hold about 46 crypto projects, truth be known. We can get into all of them in the Patreon if people are interested in seeing what that is all about at a certain point in time. It's very simple to jump on the old Patreon, and I'll leave that up there for a minute and try to get more centered with my mug. But I will tell you this. We have chosen 46 projects, and I chose them very quite honestly and plainly. I chose the ISOs about 6 to 8 months or so before anybody mentioned them on YouTube. I'm not bragging. That's the truth. I chose them and bought them, and I did dollar cost average along the way, and I did buy massive dips on the 8 ISOs. On the XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, IOTA, Algo, ADA, Quant. Yeah, Quant. Those 8. And then proceeded, of course, to grab some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some Solana, and a whole bunch of VeChain and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So a lot of purchases made by the tanker about, in Link and a whole bunch of other things that are successful, that will be successful. And I will tell you that I'm very happy to say that out of the 46, and I chose Brain Trust as well. There's a few others that I grabbed. Out of the 46 projects that I have, I am very confident that the next time we get a relatively massive, somewhat massive bull run, let me get this out of the way now, that we get a somewhat massive bull run, we are going to see some type of a top or double top or triple top. We are going to see some cash outs, not financial advice, that are kind of crazy cash outs, that are going to make my head spin. Yeah, because you know what? We don't turn tail. I did not change any of the 46, except for I think one, since I started. From the beginning, and this is many years ago that I loaded it up. Now, that says that, not that I'm a brainiac or anything, or I'm a genius, it kind of says that crypto as a whole is all going up, or else I would have changed my tune and gotten out of projects and done the old switcheroony and so on and so forth. And I did not do that. And the reason why I did not do that is because I chose properly. Who's that guy who says if you you can only hold tight if you've bought right, and you can only ride out the peregrinations of the market if you have seen early and understood how to buy well early, which is not very difficult to do, guys. A lot of you guys have done this, and hats off to you. And I'm sounding braggy by doing this, so I'm going to stop this line of talk because I feel like it sounds braggy. I want to be factual and truthful with you so you understand. And the way I did that, by the way, is through hardcore research. And it was not, it was easy. It was fun for me. It'd be boring. You know what? It was boring in the beginning until I realized what I was learning, and I realized how potent it was and how it was going to help me and how much it was going to help me as such a powerhouse in my life. The understanding and knowledge I have of crypto, that I exploded and I went crazy learning, and it was not a chore. It was fun. I had a great time with it. And it is true, guys. Our patience, by the way, SC Stan, welcome into the channel. And Stan says our patience will pay off in a huge way. XRP brothers, ride the wave. I paraphrased a little bit for you. Sorry. He says it'll pay off bigly. XRP brothers, ride the wave up for the next, I think you mean next 10 years, and pull what you need on the way up. God bless. And then God bless you, sir, as well. And this is the way that we feel as well. Well, I'm going to do the same. It's never financial advice. Guys, you have to consult your financial advisor before you make any financial decisions. But I think Stan is kind of over the target with, pull out what you need on the way up. But I don't know if I'd sell all my XRP. In fact, I have other projects, so I don't know if I'm going to sell any XRP. I don't believe that I will. But, some of you folks, just be careful about, please, be cautious about, talk to a financial advisor, see what you want to do. I am for information and educational purposes only. Don't buy or sell anything is what I say or do. And I know I joke around a lot, but I'm only for entertainment. And you guys make your own decisions. And I think you guys all know that. And I wish you guys well in this on this whole journey of crypto. I think you guys are you all who are out there, Stan and Totally Awesome and Victor and folks who are in the comments now and the others who are not commenting right now, I do tip my hat off to you. I think that all of us are in for probably one of the biggest shocks of our lives with where crypto is going to go. I think we all know that it has to do what we all think it will not do. Otherwise, everybody be rich. The markets, I mean. Come on, it's always going to do whatever. It trades sideways. It all goes, it's a nothing burger, but that's just about the time it all cranks up, right? It's all cranking up and all doing great. Everything's awesome, and it's just about the time it all crashes to the ground. So it always has to perform, and that's either on a small, a medium, or a long long-term time frame, because that's the way it has to be, or else everybody could play the markets well and predict and get rich, right? So it always has to do what we think it's not going to do. Yeah? Yeah. Sorry to spit it out to you so bluntly and so real and in such a curt way. I try to be kind and polite, but I don't want to mince hairs here. I don't think that's really right. I don't want to, candy coat anything. I want to slam dunk this thing, because when I research, I don't candy coat anything. If something is in my purview and it doesn't make sense, it's out immediately. And if it does make sense, it's in to me, and it has to make sense. And as soon as it doesn't, it's out. So that's the way I handle the channel as well. And I appreciate you guys coming on here. And I do say in a very loving, kind way, God bless you all. And hats off to you all for finding crypto, finding this channel. Please bless me. Tap the like and subscribe if you don't mind. Tap the bell notification so you can be alerted each time we put out a new video. Please don't forget to check out the Caleb and Brown link, which I think is quite crucial. In my opinion, it's crucial to be on something like an exchange. A brokerage rather than an exchange, because when you're on an uphold and so forth, you're only getting 50,000 off a day and things like this. Now, if you're going to crush it in crypto and pull off 500K, 700 a day, something crazy because that day is happening and you want to get your crypto off, good luck getting on the exchanges that when they go volatile either way. When they crank up, they crash. When they go down, crypto crashes, they go down. Whenever the market is volatile, either up or down, these exchanges crash, and you're only getting 50K a day. Now, I use the exchanges, and I'm not saying don't, because I use Kraken, I use Femex, I use Upple, I use all of these exchanges, Coinbase. I use them. I like them. I use them. I don't really have anything on them. It's like, I know they can be exchanges, they could be hacked, So anyway, we're using institutional Fireblocks, institutional grade custody here over at Caleb and Brown. Completely safe to custody your crypto, one-to-one backing, as far as they're not messing around like that funny little guy from the old FTX thing. He wasn't little, he was a fat boy. But anyway, the guy with the backpack. Anyway, 24/7. The guy with the dumb hair in the backpack who messed with everybody. 24/7. What a dirty little son of a. 24/7 open, and you have your own crypto broker, by the way, for free. You can pull out if you want $1 million a day if you want to. Go check out the details on them. And by the way, do not lose heart, folks. We are in this cryptocurrency game and space to win it. Not financial advice. We are here to make money. Our day is coming. I know that all of us have been waiting this long. We're going to have to wait longer. If we go into a bear market, tough noogies, you're going to have to wait 2, 3, 4 years again. Stop crying in your coffee and just go ahead and find out a way to, you do whatever you want. But I'm going to find out a way to go ahead and buy more. And sooner or later, our day is coming with crypto, and I think we all know that. I think that is the obvious truth of this all. We've all been doing this long enough to know that here we are at the finish line. Congratulations to all of you who have stayed in this long. Cheers. I wish you well. God bless. Have the best Wednesday ever. By the way, today is the 22nd, and every 22nd of any month, of course, if you know anything about numbers and numerology. And Jesus's number was 22. It is the master builder number. Have a great day today. Enjoy it. Build a great day today with a huge smile. Enjoy it. Catch you tomorrow at 7 a.m.